Hey fam, I know y'all see the thumbnail and you're like, what can she possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, first of all, for your information, this is stuff that I do on a regular, okay? And it works for me, so it might work for you. But anyways, I actually have a video about feminine hygiene. I will put that in the iCards. I don't know what side it will be on. It'll be on one of those. But anyway, this video is for everybody. It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. If you just got your period, if you're in the process of going through menopause and you still get your period here and there, this is for you. Anyone from the ages of, I heard people get their periods at 9. I got mine at 11. From 9 to 16, 29 like me, 40, whatever. This is for you. I know it seems simple, wash your body, but for some people it may not be that simple. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they need a little extra something. And I'm not saying I'm not saying I need a little extra something. I'm just saying these are things I just picked up along the way. And honestly, these are things that I picked up being a mom. Sounds crazy, right? So if you're not a mom, or if you're like a young adult, or a teenager, or you're someone who just got your period, this actually might be very helpful for you. Or even if you are an adult and you're like, wow, I never thought about it that way. So, we about to pop into this thing. First of all, we're going to talk about body hair. Okay? I'm not shaming body hair by any means. Me personally, this works for me. If I know I'm about to be on my cycle, I take care of my business down there, because we all know that even though the hair protects your body, it also traps in sweat. Okay? So if you know your period is coming on next week, maybe you should shave the week before. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that, you're going to be extra funky or nothing down there, but listen, this might be a little graphic for y'all, but just the sound of having body hair and being on your period, I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you have body hair, that's okay with you. You just might have to wash a little more often, like frequently throughout the day. Even if maybe you don't have that odor problem or whatever, but just for me personally, that's just how I like to do things. I don't like to have any body hair because, like I said, it holds in sweat. And now you're bleeding out of your body parts. And not only do you have, my kids are watching Sing too. They've been obsessed with this movie since yesterday, and that's all they want to watch. So, excuse the noise. If y'all don't know, I got kids. Well, first of all, I already mentioned that. So, let's get over that. Yeah, as I was saying, sweat, period, body hair, it don't sit right with me. So, I shave. If you don't shave, that's fine. This part is optional. It's not mandatory, but at least for me, yeah, I'm gonna shave, because, like I said, it don't even sound right to me. Not body shaming, keep saying that. Not hair shaming, body shaming. Me and my personal preference, okay? So before y'all want to dig in my booty hole, think about that. So, next thing is make sure you get you a nice feminine wash, okay? A nice organic feminine wash, because, how do I put this? Your person, everyone has a unique smell to them. And some smells may work for you, and some smells may not. Some smells may counteract. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, this smells like peaches. Like, this body soap smells like peaches. I'm going to use it. You might not smell that great, and somebody else might. Everybody's body's different. But to be on the safe side, y'all need to go with some feminine wash, okay? Don't do that Summer's Eve stuff. I'm not even going to say don't. I've never had a bad experience with Summer's Eve, But that's because that's not something I used on the regular, on the daily. Like if I felt like I might need extra boost, I would use it. But it's not something I would use every day. But this stuff is safe to use every day. This is Honey Pot, and it is black owned and it's all organic. Now I know there's a big controversy on Honey Pot. I all of the Honey Pot that I currently have in my stash, I bought before this whole formula change happened. If y'all want to see a video on my opinions on the formula change of Honey Pot, let me know. But this is just the formula beforehand. If you don't feel comfortable using the formula now, then you can always Google or look up organic feminine washes, and you can start with that. So my whole point of that is not only do you need to wash your coochie on a regular, but you might not want to use a scented soap. I mean, some people can use scented soap. I was one of those people where I could use Dove Mango on my coochie. I could use it there, but after I had my daughter, I couldn't do that anymore because something about my hormones, I don't know what happened. I can't use scented soaps down there anymore. So I am very selective about the soaps that I use. So especially if you have a sensitive area, you might want to use that. But like I mentioned, your smell, okay, and if you know where I'm getting at, your period, your sweat, whatever, mixed with whatever soap, sometimes it don't always mix well. It don't always mix well. You don't want to be on your period and then use a soap that doesn't mix well either, because not only are you going to be smelling weird, but you're going to be smelling extra weird because you're on your period, okay? Now, moving on. You know what? I think I'll save this one for later. Booty wipes, okay? I mean, they're not like booty wipes. They're not just for your booty, but I call them booty wipes, even though I use them for my coochie too. So this specific one is called Wipe That Tush. And what I'm going to say about that is it's okay to use the scented kind, but for me, I can't use the scented kind. At least I'm not going to say I can't, but my body is, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned earlier, your body is different from everybody else's. So I can use one scented wipe and another scented wipe, and one might work and one might not, even though it comes from the same company. That's what happened with me with Honey Pot. I use the sensitive wipes, worked great for me, but the mommy to be wipes, I didn't like it. It didn't make me smell or anything, but it reminded me of the smell of ginger, and just the idea of my coochie smell like ginger, just it didn't something about that just I didn't like it. I like the smell of ginger. I love ginger, but it's just the smell. My coochie smell like ginger. It's not in the ingredients list, but that's just the smell it reminded me of. And like I said, everybody's body reacts different. So my body might smell like ginger. Yours might smell like pineapples. Yours might smell like roses. I just didn't like it. I don't like the smell of my coochie. So that's that. But anyways, when you're on your period, even if the scented wipes work well for you, when you're on your period, get unscented wipes, okay? Because like I said, you want to stay away from things that add additional smell, because you don't know if it's going to counteract with you and your body or not. That's what that. Lastly, I have something here. In my first feminine hygiene video, I talked about Peri bottles. Now, if you're a mother, you know what a Peri bottle is. And this is something that people from the age of 9 to before you have kids, you might not know about. A Peri bottle is, as a matter of fact, I still have mine. I don't know why I still have it. I just do. I mean, I still use it, so that's why I have it. But this is a Peri bottle. Now, after you give birth, your downstairs area is very sensitive. So what they do is they tell you to fill this up with warm water. You know what I'm saying? And then you spray the downstairs area, because they tell you not to wipe to not irritate the area. I'm not telling y'all not to wipe. You're on your period. Wipe. Okay? But that's neither here nor there. So there's a whole bunch of other steps that comes with the healing process after pregnancy. But that's just what I kept even after I had my daughter. I have had a son since then, and I really, really kept up with that routine after that. Only because, like I said, after I had my daughter, my pH was all over the place. I had to keep going to the doctor, didn't know what was going on. That worked for me. Is making sure that, you know what I'm saying, just getting rid of the extra bacteria, after you wipe and stuff like that. We're not gonna get into that. I already pinned the video in there somewhere, okay? So I get into that in that video. But what I do is actually I have a fancy one. This one was only $8 though. Like if you don't have access to a Peri bottle because you haven't had kids, or maybe you've had kids and you threw it out already. Like I said, this is even something for moms or people that have had kids. The first thought, like after I had my first son, I threw it in the trash. I didn't feel like I needed it no more. But hold on to that because you might need it. One, because it's free, and two, you don't have to go out and buy one if you're a mom. So, but if you aren't a mom or you don't have access to one, I ordered this one on Amazon, and this is the Peri, but this is a travel size. Well, it's not a travel size. You can use it every day, but it comes with a patch, so I use it for travel. So what you do is you fill this up with water, screw it on, right? And then this right here, water comes out. So you would squeeze it, right? So in order for you to make sure that you stay fresh, I'm going to break it down to y'all in steps, at least on how I take care of myself or whatever. Now, it doesn't matter if you use pads or tampons. I don't like using pads because the idea of sitting in it just, I don't like the feeling. To me, it's like sitting in a wet baby suit. I don't like pads. But on some occasion, regardless if you like pads or not, this whole video is for you. So, the first thing I do is, of course, when I'm done taking care of my business, the very, very first thing I do is I pull out my Peri bottle. Yes, I do. I pull out my Peri bottle, I fill it up with warm water, take care of that business, and you pat dry. But not just my cootie. I get the booty area too, okay? Because if you wear pads, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gets a little messy. So you want to make sure that the back door is taken care of too. You know what I'm saying? We all know what's going on in the front, but we need to be worried about the back too. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I do that. I pat dry with toilet paper. Now, in my feminine care video, I said I don't use toilet paper, but I don't use it like to, I do use it to wipe, but I use it to pat dry. I don't use it to just wipe and go on about my business, okay? Let me clarify that. So after I'm done patting myself dry, I go in with these wipes, okay? I make sure I get myself really good, get in between the lips, get the side of your legs, the crack of your behind, okay? The same thing with the Peri bottle. You want to make sure you hit every single crevices. And if you need to fill the bottle up twice, if you feel like you need to, that's fine. But normally I only need to do it once. Like I mentioned before, this goes for pads or tampons. So after that, you would put on your pad or insert your tampon, or if you use tampons and panty liners or whatever the case may be. As far as bathing, just this. That's all. Wash your cute, okay? Do that. Don't be one of them and skip out on bathing, okay? Because we're gonna smell you before we see you. And nobody wants to be talked about. Nobody wants to be that girl. We all knew that one girl in high school that everybody knew she was on her cycle. because she wasn't properly taking care of herself. Most of us are grown adults here, so there should be no reason. And my son just woke up, y'all. I did this video because he was taking a nap, but I'm gonna hurry this on up because honestly, I'm pretty much done anyway. I know this might seem a little professional, like, or unprofessional, like, oh, you got these kids screaming in the background. Listen, I said we're going to be authentic around here. So if y'all hear kids, y'all gonna hear kids. Okay? I'm not about to sit here and act like everything's perfect. Editing is perfect. No. There's gonna be some mishaps here and there. There's gonna be some mistakes. I'm not about to hide that from y'all because, like I said, we're family. Okay? We make mistakes sometimes and we love each other regardless. That's why we keeping it authentic over here. I'm not cutting out all my mistakes. If it's too drastic, I might. But like say my baby wakes up and he's like screaming, I'm not gonna just be talking over him while he's screaming. Of course I'm gonna edit that out, or I'm gonna move on to something else or stop filming for the time being. But if it's something like a wah, it is what it is, y'all. Y'all know I got kids. I got a plethora. I mean only 3, but shoot. I got a 7-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 6-month-old, okay? And I look good for that, too. To brag just a little bit. Not body shame, I'm just saying, I'm at the point in my self-love journey that I'm okay with my mom body. That's what I'm at. So it doesn't matter if you're big, if you're small, if you snap back, if you didn't. You should always love yourself regardless. I just finally came to the point where I love my body, my mom body, and we're going to leave it at that. So, those are my tips. I hope you guys found them helpful, and I hope there was things that you may have learned, or maybe things that you have thought about, or maybe like, maybe I should start using that. That doesn't sound like a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Now what I mean by stay fresh is you're not going to smell like flowers, peaches, and Skittles, okay? You're going to just smell like your normal self. You're going to smell like you would any other day when you're not on your period. If you bathe regularly, which I hope you do. So, with that being said, that is the end of this video. I would like to welcome our new family members. I wish everyone love, peace, and happiness. I know I did my ending a little backwards. I normally do leave my social media handles in the description box as well as the bottom or the top of the screen. So if you want to connect with me, feel free. I'm very friendly. I don't bite unless you want me to. But hugs, because I tell y'all in every single video, we are a very affectionate community around here. Kisses. And I will see y'all in the next video.